Did the stream just eat itself? I think the stream just yoed itself. Which one's real? It's like, where am I? Did I break my stream? I feel like I've done something stupid. I just need to figure out how to like fix the issue. Yeah, okay. Copy. So is that when people find it in Fred's thing. That should be its back. I mean, like the stream continuity, the streams yeah, I don't know what to say, man. We got our chat. Hold up, we got chats here. Big L that things broke. Things breaking is an L. But like, there's not much I can do about it, so. 400 base has at least one turn. We're doing great. We're just not power pips, which is not so great. That is not so doing great. I guess I can hit now for all I'm worth. And if it doesn't kill, it'll at least leave him close enough. Yeah. I could have waited one more turn. Oh, I just packed another damage spell, another judgment. Can I just get a power pit, please? I would love to get power pip. That would make my day so good. Apparently, it is not going to make my day so good. So. Oh, of course. When I don't need it, we get the power pip again. That's just typical, isn't it? Isn't it? Just typical. Average day. Average day. Completely typical.
You have completed the brother. You. Have you come to challenge me, young wizard? alive. I were. Remember the second, but it's.
Hi, Trexer. How you doing? Sorry, was handling a Discord message. Good to hear. Good to hear, Trexer. Glad to see it.
You look quite. You have everything.
So this game is it's a game that was released in like 2008. It is a game where it kind of rode on the at the time people were super hyped about Harry Potter, and it kind of rode on the coattails of that hype about wizards and magic. But it was clearly in development for years before this. Before then, before the kind of Harry Potter books were put out. Anyway, you play as a wizard of some specialty. Oh, my brain. I have a separate set of headphones. Okay. There we go. So here you play as a wizard of some specialty. There's a lot of different specialties you could have. A wizard that summons the undead, a necromancer. You could play as a pyromancer. You could play as a sorcerer, a wizard of balance. You could play as a thaumaturge, someone who controls the ice and snow. There's a lot of options. 7 different schools to choose from. I recommend for new players that they start playing as a necromancer or a pyromancer or a theurge. A theurge is like a life wizard, has a lot of druidy vibes. Yeah, it's a very card game focused like gameplay. It's a lot of fun. I do warn, so they have a free trial portion, and that's the way I encourage people to think about it, is that it's a free trial portion of the game, because the start of the game, you get the first, like, 2 areas free, and then you hit a paywall where it wants you to pay a membership fee, in order to continue playing. Sometimes they do things where they give out membership for an amount of time, especially in the summer, which is coming up. They'll do things like that, where they give out membership for a week to anyone, or they make certain parts of the game, you know, Wizard City free, whole first arc free, things like that. The first arc being 5 worlds long, so you get the first 5 worlds free for a while, to play as much as you want in. It's pretty good. Is the membership? Yeah, it's a subscription-based membership. So if it was just, you can do one-time purchases of areas, but it's cheaper to grab the $10 a month membership, play as much as you want in that time, and go on. The premise of this account is that I'm not paying for membership. I'm buying each area as I go along and playing all the characters that I have on this account through those areas. So in this case, I have a wizard of every school that I'm playing on, just to make a point, I guess. Because there's no practical reason for me to play on every school of wizards. So just to make a point, I guess. And I'm playing through the entire game to see the differences. $10 is actually a lot. It is. It's $10 a month for membership. It gets you unlimited access to the game. Right now I'm playing as a sorcerer, a balance wizard. It's considered one of the hardest ones to solo on, because I've done all the easier ones to solo on. So right now I'm playing as a balance wizard, and we do not deal enough damage throughout the game. There's a lot of difficulties that balance wizards have in comparison to other wizards that make it not suitable for soloing in general. And here we are, so here we are playing solo, so you know. Yeah. Like I say, I recommend new players play as a Death Wizard, which has a drain mechanic. So you can drain the health of your enemies, so while you deal damage, you're also healing. Or a Life Wizard, where they get to heal themselves. They get easy access to lots of healing, which is awesome for them. And then Fire Wizards are just like overall decent. They don't have too little health, and they do a decent chunk of damage, which is nice. Storm Wizards are kind of the glass cannons in this game. That's a lot of rewards. How many of them were for me? Compared to how many of them were not for me. Let's check. I got 1 scorpion, 2 scorpion spells. That was it. Love that. Yeah, I think the game is a lot of fun. I have a great time playing it. But there's a lot of people that it's just not for, and with the $10 a month membership cost, it can be a lot for people. Like I say, if you want to give it a try, I recommend waiting until they do first arc free things, because the first arc is a third, anymore it's becoming closer to a quarter of the game. For a while it was the entire game, then it became half the game. Now it's more like it's approaching about a quarter of the game. Which is not bad at all. And yeah, I recommend waiting until then if you want to give it a try, because otherwise you get like Unicorn Way, the tutorial street, and then you get the first street out of the tutorial street, and then you hit a paywall. So waiting until the first arc free means that you get to explore a lot more of the game, and it's just a lot less frustrating to wait until, you know, there's a lot of free stuff to explore. And usually when they do first arc free, that's like around their birthday month, so they're giving out a lot of other free things to everyone anyway. Oh yeah, it gets annual updates. So it gets seasonal updates, but it gets a new world every year, and it gets, in addition to a new world every year, it gets constant like balance changes for player versus player content, PvP, as well as they've like invented new game modes in the last couple of years for this game, which is really interesting. And they even in the spring update added new challenge content that's available for players to take on. So that was cool. And everyone had a lot of fun running that, so. But yeah, the game released in 2008, and I remember in 2000. So it released in like end of summer of 2008. I remember at the start of summer 2009, Wizard 101 did this like marketing campaign where they sent out a bunch of flyers to tons of schools around the US, and my school was one of them. And I was already playing the game, but they were giving out a free code for a pet that gave an item card. it was very exciting, and I was very excited, and I still have that pet somewhere on my main account. This is not my main account. Yeah.
Who's there? Have you? Oh.
Okay, Cursed Ronin. I guess I'll get the reagent that was over there later. Yeah, it was a thing. They sent flyers to tons and tons of schools to be given out to the kids. And so, like, this was back in the time where, like, they would send it to, like, elementary schools. And at the time, like, in elementary classrooms, every kid had their own little mailbox that they could deliver to. And so, yeah, it was just, like, super normal for flyers to be sent out for things that, like, the school thought would be interesting to the kids. And, yeah. I assume the school got some form of compensation from the company, from King's Isle, the people who make Wizard 101, for doing it, because otherwise I don't think the school would have. But the schools needed money. No, like, it's not a big thing like you think it is. The school, it's a little, like, tiny little box with your name on it in a classroom that's, like, serialized with 30 other kids sitting on a counter. It's like, it was like an inch tall and, like, a piece of paper wide. It wasn't like an actual personal mailbox. It was really, really badly constructed and made of, like, usually made of cardboard. And it would get reused year to year until they started breaking, and then they'd have to replace it. And that's just how elementary schools did it. Because, like, you didn't do that for middle schools or high schools. It was just the elementary schools that had those. It was... Yeah, it was not great. If you look up, like, classroom mailbox, you'll probably find what I mean. But it was not exactly made well. But the teachers used it to, like, hand back assignments to the students. So it had, like, a practical purpose to be there. Like, you'd get your assignments handed back that way. You'd get, like... they'd, like, put, like, field trip permission forms in there. I mean, again, this was an elementary school, so they were like third graders. The students didn't understand why they would need to steal, so they just didn't. And for the most part, since the only thing put in there was schoolwork, not like coupons, no one really stole from them. One time someone did, and they literally held us after the school day, trying to figure out what had gone wrong, and like calling parents to pick their kids up. So it only ever happened once that I remember. I really do like the story in this game. It has a really well fleshed out story for each of its arcs. The unfortunate part is that sometimes the quests get off track of what the actual overall story is for an arc, which can be really frustrating because the arcs actually have decent story building, and the first arc has some of the best story. But the second and third arcs have worlds which just kind of drag on without having great amounts of story.
You have done as I asked?
They're working, so they put out 3 arcs and they're working on the 4th right now. Oh, okay. What they just released the end of the 4th arc, which is like based on Australia. This game is packed with pop culture references, like ranging from like 90s to more modern stuff. Yeah, they just put out back at the end of 2023. They put out the final world in the 4th arc. So it's 5 worlds in the first arc, 5 worlds in the second arc, 3 worlds in the third arc, and 4 worlds in the 4th arc. So that comes out to 17 worlds in the main arcs. Which, like, when they first released the game, it came out with like 4 or 5 worlds already. Like, the first arc was mostly done when they released the game at first. So that tracks. And then they released a decent amount of side content over the years. Some of the side content is actually worth doing. Yeah, so when they released the game, I think it was up to the world that we're in now when they initially released it. But they released it, and then like 2 months later, they released the final world of the first arc, which was like the big, like at the time they were advertising fighting against the boss of the final world of this arc. So it makes sense that they like pushed to get that out, because that's what they were advertising in like TV ads and stuff. To like everyone who would watch, they were like, hey, this is a card game, and also come beat up the epic thing, because only you can stop Malice. Wait, no, save Wizard City. Wait, no, wildfires or something. I don't know. No. If you were to join right now, you would get 2 streets free. Okay, the first world is a total of 4, 5 major streets, and you would get the first 2 of them free. You would not even get the whole first world free, which is really annoying. Occasionally, they do events where you can access the whole first arc for free, or even the entire game for free. Or sometimes they do the first 2 worlds free, but by default, and right now, at this moment, if you were to join on right now, you would get the first, like, 3 or 4 hours of content at most free. I don't know. I base that off of someone who's like run that content area a lot, and so I know it really fast. If you were to dawdle and do side quests, you'd probably get like 6 or 7 hours. Especially if you wanted to go and look into all the side activities they have. But yeah, you wouldn't even finish the first world before you hit a paywall, which is what I don't like. And what a lot of people have actually been talking about, like, over the last, like, year and change. We're like, hey, the game is long now. The game is very long now. Why don't you just make the first few worlds free? Like, it's not like back when you released the game in 2008, because they haven't moved the paywall since 2008. They haven't moved it, which is the thing that gets me, right? Like, they haven't moved the paywall since 2008, and so people are saying, hey, the amount of game that is free now is a much smaller proportion than it was in 2008. Because, like, back in 08, you know, that was a lot of the game. That was half a world, essentially. You'd understand if it were a one-time purchase, or at least purchase for every arc or world, not subscription-based. So you can purchase each world with the premium currency here, which is crowns. So, like, I have 70,000 crowns. I can go purchase areas and permanently own them. But it's cheaper. It's cheaper in terms of if you plan to play fast to buy a subscription. If you plan to play slowly, then it can actually be cheaper. Like I've been playing this account very slowly. If I bought a membership for it, I would have wasted several months of membership not playing. Right? So I've been buying the areas as I go on this account, and that's fine. It's cheaper for this account and for the way I'm playing this account to run that way. They are largely a microcurrency. There's not a way to earn them in-game. They do occasionally do events where you can earn small amounts of crowns in-game. They also have a weird thing where, to encourage kids to become academically, like, intelligent, they have a thing where you can earn, like, up to 100 crowns a day by doing trivia. Either about the game or about real-world history or science or whatever. Which is just kind of wild to me. But 100 crowns is not that much. And when you want to make progress... Yeah. When you want to make progress, 100 crowns... Yeah. You can earn 100 crowns per day on a single account. What some people will do is they'll have 3 accounts, because if you do the trivias every day on each account, per day per account, so you do the trivias every day on every account, then you will get at the end of 3 months, you'll have enough to buy 1 month of membership, a 1 month membership elixir for an account. And so they'll like funnel the 1 month membership elixirs into an account from 3 accounts, so they don't have to pay for the game. They just do the trivias every day, which is fine. Like that's their choice. Like there are free ways to play to have membership. It's just grindy and painful, and I wouldn't do it. I have one account where I pay for membership and another account where I invest, well, invest in air quotes, into the microcurrency and do that thing. So yeah, they do have events where, so the trivia is always available. Otherwise, they have events where you can I'll show you. It should be up right now. Oh wait, I might need to turn it on. Okay, I have to turn that on in parental controls, so I can't show you right now. But there is like a watch videos to earn crowns where you watch ads and you have to sit through the entire ad because the thing can tell if you skip ahead or anything. And if you sit through the entire ad, then you can like get an amount of crowns, 75, 100 crowns, and you can do that until they run out of videos. Which is a decision that they make. Yeah. I remember back when they hit 5 years old, they gave out 101 crowns. And actually, during the holidays, they give out an amount of free crowns. They have a code that you can get around Christmas where you can get some amount of free crowns.
Why, the blacksmith. Speak with Jihan nearby.
So every year they'll give out some amount of an amount of crowns, and it's a random amount, so it can be up to like 80,000 crowns, or more commonly something like 75, 100, 200 crowns. So, is what it is. Where's the Walking Dead? Okay. Eerie Pasture. Let's use the teleporter. So, not that there's not ways to get free crowns. Just that, yeah. For a large part, it is a microcurrency. They do have an issue, which I think is quite problematic, where there's ways to essentially gamble for items. Yeah, that's true. That assumes, the thing is, there's not always ads every day, right? So, but yeah, for sure, I don't know if you could set up a macro for it, because the ads are of random length and loading times vary to get to the ad. But maybe you could set up a macro to, like, you might have to write a more intelligent program to just check and see if the video is done being watched. But yeah, there's a few different ways to earn crowns, but for the most part, you would use it to, like, you'd use the ways to earn crowns to buy the in-game gambling packs, or to buy a mount, which you actually don't need to buy with the premium currency, but they tell you it's the easiest way, in air quotes, and it kind of is. But if you're willing to grind up the currency that you get for selling items to NPCs, then you can just exchange that for mounts. That's just an option. Like, you can just do that. For perm mounts, that is. Everyone kind of knows that there's ways to get temporary mounts if you need it from Zeke. Prospector Zeke sells temporary mounts. I think it's like 1-day mounts that he sells. So you go, you spend like 3,000 gold, and get a 1-day mount. Or whatever. I need some help. Let's grab the reagents, grab the wisp, which will restore our health. I will say one specific thing that bothers me about the way that they approach like their microcurrencies and such is there's some spells that are not quite locked, but certainly a lot harder to get if you don't spend microcurrency. To spend on packs. And there's two schools, Life and Death, who don't have a cheap hit all minions spell. Like my balance here, for 4 pips, I can hit all the opponents at once. AoE, right? Life and Death don't have that until they get to level like 48, which was like in the old days that was close to the max level. The max level was 50. Level 48 is close to that. And yeah. Basically, if you're not level 4 until you're level 48, it's a lot slower for Death and Life than it is for every other school who gets by level 28 a cheap spell that they can cast at their enemies to hit all of them at once. So Life and Death just get it kind of a sucky experience in that regard. But it's definitely, I assume it's possible to automate the ads. They'll also tell you that it's against the terms of service to automate the ads, but like, what are they going to do about it? Either ways, if I remember right, for like $5 you can unlock the entire first world. Let me double check the cost for Crown's pricing. So in this world, this is the last one I have to do in this world. The other 6 classes I've done in this through this world, and then I will be moving on to the next world in the main story, which will be Dragonspire, the end of the first arc. So this is the 4th of of 5 worlds in the first arc. This one has, if it's not obvious, very heavy like Chinese inspirations.
Now put them in the brazier there and forge your chain. You are doing
Yeah, so you play through like the tutorial world, which has like
You have the chain. Oh,
classic fantasy settings vibes, and then the second world is like ancient Egypt vibes, which is really cool. The third world is like you went to ancient Egypt, cool. Now you have to go figure out what the British have done to mess with you. Albeit, ancient Egypt is also run by salamanders and crocodiles. The crocodiles being the evil bad guys, which is cool. And
If you want to be humiliated in
the good guys
battle,
being the salamanders that you help.
fight me.
Yeah. And then you have to go track down the dogs who took the important artifact that you're hunting down. So you go to the British Museum, which is run by dogs. Exactly. They didn't change much of the UK. Exactly. The British Museum stole the ancient artifact that we're looking for, and also their dogs. And it gives like industrial revolution, and like steampunk Britain vibes, which is cool. Like UK, but steampunk and industrial revolution all at once. There's like mad scientists you have to deal with there. You have to deal also Sherlock Holmes, lots of Sherlock Holmes vibes, because you actually meet you actually end up helping a character named Sherlock Bones, because they're creative when they make dogs. When they make the British into dogs, Sherlock Bones is the character. And his arch emesis is Meowiarty, not to be confused with Maoiarty. Yeah. And there's all sorts of like Sherlock Holmes references throughout. You end up helping Watson in Scotland Yard and track down Meowiarty, go through the Big Ben Tower, all that. And then you have to go to Mooshu. Because it turns out that the dude actually succeeded in stealing the artifact and now is heading to a dangerous world which we don't have the key to access. And so we go to ask the Emperor of this land, who has the key to access the world that we're trying to get to, where our opponent has left for. Yeah, but the Emperor is ill, and so we are doing all these quests to heal the Emperor, and then be able to ask for permission to utilize the spiral key to the world of Dragonspire. Which, yeah, like the story is really interesting. It's really fun. There's a lot of pop culture references throughout. I think it's really cool. If people have a spare $10 a month, or even a spare $10 for 1 month of play and want to give it a go, that's fine. You can permanently unlock a lot with just like $5. That takes you through all of Wizard City for $5. You'll get all of Wizard City, and you'll get parts of Crocotopia, which is the second world. Oh no. They bundle it. That's right. So, Wizard City is all of less than $5, but then the first area of Crocotopia is like $5 more, and then the rest of what you had left over of the premium currency from the first $5 you spent. Ish. Yeah. Just don't go to Colossus Boulevard. You don't need it. Like, for a long time, you don't need it. Let's just go near entrance, because we finished this street. Collect these cattails while we're here. Cattail to collect. I'm a bit of a reagent hoarder. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and if you take the time to slow down and track the story, it is a lot of fun. Because it is a card game and an MMO, the quests get really repetitive after a while. There's only so many ways they can tell you to go fight enemies and gather items and talk to people, right? So after a while, it does get pretty repetitive. So you do have to invest, like, immerse yourself in the story if you want to actually enjoy it.
Ah, I seem to have captured a strong the curse.
Oh yeah, time to
No.
$50 for Christmas is pretty good. Chuckster, are you in the EU? Or are you in some other part of the world? Let me check what the membership price, because they have an EU version of the game now. What language do you speak, my guy? I can just check what the like, do Polish? Okay, yep, they have Polish. Yeah. So you can play on the Polish server. Um, okay. I cannot find information on the exact cost for Poland. They have not changed the price since they released the game. Looks like they have $8 a month for EU. One minute. I have an EU account. I can check the actual cost. So €6.39 a month is what they, or £6.39 a month in GBP. PLN I assume is yours, right? Yeah. And in PLN it's 31.99 PLN a month. So, or 31.99. Yeah. PLN a month. And that's what they've set it at. Huh. Interesting that membership is cheaper in the EU than it is in the US. Like, yeah. I looked at EU membership costs in USD, and in USD it's like $2 cheaper. It's like $2 cheaper in EU than it is in US, which is crazy to me. But it makes sense. They want to appeal to a broader audience there, and they don't have as big a EU following as they do a US following. But EU servers, like they exist, but they're not as densely populated as US servers, just because the audience is smaller in the EU. $31.99. So about 32 Polish zloty. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, by the way. I'm just trying my best. Because one Polish zloty is about a quarter of a US dollar. Zloich. It's weird that... It's strange to me that it's like almost the same, but not quite the same cost. Different places. Yep, 100%. I knew I was mispronouncing it. I was like, there's letters there I don't know how to pronounce. And I'm going to do my best. And then I'm going to be wrong and own it. Yeah. But, But yeah, that is what was the posted price per month. Zwoy. Zoy. So it's Zoich. Why am I getting pulled everywhere? I don't want to get pulled. Stop it. So it's Zoich. What is Zoy? But yeah, that's the number that I saw for like the actual costs. In PLN. Yeah, I don't know like how many hours of like how much that is in like working hours. Also I don't know if you're at a spot where you can work yet, but you know. That's fine. I don't expect people to consider this game. If this game's not your style, or like would be your style but isn't like a thing for you yet, that's fine. There is still like free content, and they're working on adding more and more free modes of play, which I think is really cool. Like there's a lot more free to play content coming out more recently, which is really cool. They have like events like Beast Moon Hunt and Monster Mayhem, which allow you to PvP against other players, and that's at no cost, with a more limited repertoire, so it kind of acts as a universal leveling for everyone. I really like that. It also gives decent rewards for the players that have like made progress. Yeah, Wizard 101 is definitely an MMORPG. Difficulty spikes pretty harshly after the first arc. Just, it is what it is. It gets easier if you're certain schools, but it definitely spikes quite a bit after the first arc. And then near the end of the second arc, like middle end of the second arc ish, it spikes pretty harshly again. If you really, to finish the second arc, you do need assistance. You can't go at it on your own. But Wiz is a game where like people will help you, which is nice. Like, come for the gameplay, stay for the community. That's how a lot of people approach it. Just don't do like mainline PvP. I mean, the thing is, I don't think it's offensive to recommend this to parents. This game was designed to be good for families, so kids would have fun playing the game, and parents would have fun catching all the pop culture references. Because this game has more pop culture references than anything else, right? Like on the tutorial street, they have a Wizard of Oz reference with finding Dorothy and Mr. Toto and a Tin Man helping them, like that. Okay, cool. This game is chock full of pop culture references.
The great Muda spoke of you. Only no death has hidden in the spirit world and taken the portal summoning candles with him. Many have asked much of you. I ask only for your fate. You must venture forth and find the bandit Nobunaga. Your destiny awaits, revered wizard. Search the garden and return with the dagger of shadows.
It must be humbling to stand in my presence. Now remove yourself, or I will remove you.
Yeah, I play a lot of MMOs that like were like optimized for families. So like Wizard 101, for example, at least on their US servers, they have a discount for buying multiple accounts. If you have more than one account that's getting membership, there's a discount for that. Which like I think is pretty dope. I think that's pretty sick, because it means that it's less of a burden for parents to play with their kids, which just feels good. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that's not a thing in the EU. For some reason, but your prices are already better than our price by default. So, yeah. Wait. Okay, yeah, no, you guys do get a discount like we do. You guys just get slightly less of a discount, but yeah, you guys still do get a discount for like for the family plan. The thing is, for the family plan, you have to like link your memberships together, or link your accounts together, which gives the parents parental control features over their kids' accounts, which I don't have a problem with. But some people say, hey, that's really problematic when the kid grows up and they want to have their own account separate, because then they can't have their old account without like needing to give them the password for parental controls all the time. There's no way to like unlink accounts, is what I'm saying. So once you link to accounts, you can't unlink them. But yeah, it's built for parents and kids to play together, which I think is cool. I played it with my dad when I grew up, and on my main account, I still play a lot with him. He's not online right now, but I still play a lot with him.
Morning, Fred. We were just talking about the game that I'm playing, because Trexter's never seen it, so I was telling him all about it. And accidentally sounding like a salesperson. Whoopsie-doo.
Nobunaga drops the Dagger of Shadows.
That's fine. I actually have, like, better suggestions if you want, like, an MMO that I play. Because there is an MMO that I play that's absolutely free. All the content in it is free. They lose money by hosting the MMO. Because everything there is free. And that's the plan.
You have now.
A portal suddenly rips open.
Time to fight Kagemusha and the Death Oni.
I see through all. You are but a giant full of fear. Here in this spirit world, your paltry magic has no power.
Yeah, exactly, Fred. Exactly like your Minecraft server, except they host 2,000 people on their server, and their entire thing is run by volunteers, and they're still updating the game because it's a passion project for everyone involved, and it's lovely. It's a revival of the game that we used to play back in the day. Maybe I'll do a stream series of it sometime, because it is free and it is fun. The thing is, they knew when they started up the server that they were going to have massive amounts of interest from the community, because it was a revival of a game that had been taken down by the producer, by Disney. Disney was the one who owned the game. And no, I'm not talking about Club Penguin. Club Penguin, lame. No, they're not allowed to take donations or microtransactions in this game. They're not allowed to. They don't want to get the wrath of Disney. They can't. They do not take donations. They refuse. They do not. They do not have any form of microtransacting in that game at all. All the things. It's just all free. There's no way to spend money. I've tried. I really tried to spend money on that game. I would love to, because I want to support that. Toontown rewritten. Not reanimated, but rewritten. Yeah. Yeah, Toontown rewritten. Yeah, close. Close enough. Yeah, Toontown rewritten, or TTR. Yeah, all the Toontown servers that are out there, they make a point to not accept money, because if they do, then Disney could come down hard and slam down on the entire community and essentially crush it. And then there would be no Toontown community left. So they just make a point to not accept money because they don't want to be like seen as profiting from someone else's intellectual property. So by hosting the servers that the games runs on, they know that they're losing money and they do it anyways. But that means that the development is a lot slower. It takes like a couple years for us to get a new update. But when we get a new update, it's a good update. It's not like some small dinky thing. When we get a new update, it's like big content. Yeah, like I say, maybe I'll do a stream series on it. I've got a couple tunes that I need to play on anyway. I've got a black cat to play on and such. Maybe we'll do a stream series at some point. Could be fun. But for now, I'm playing Wizard 101.
Mooshu.
Too late. The tree of life is already doomed. You cannot stop the tide of darkness. Surrender and know the cold hand of despair.
Despair? You have a pear? I'm looking for the fruit of the tree of life, bud. You got it? That is what I am here for. Tree of life fruit. That is what I need. If you got it, I'll take it. If you don't got it, I will be very, very annoyed. But I'm guessing this guy does not have the fruit of the tree of life. I'm just taking a guess here. He might not have the fruit of the tree of life, which is required to restore the body of the emperor. Just a thought. Maybe. Now, let's look at their minion. Okay. I feel like this is the right call, because I feel like I'm going to need a bunch of blades against the boss. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't kill the minion. I didn't plan to kill the minion. He's literally the Death Oni. I don't think he has the fruit of the Tree of Life. Or the life-giving fruit, nonetheless. Okay, that'll kill the minion. Cool. Oh, so I have 20% buff passively. Cool. Okay. He might have borrowed it. Or maybe that's what he wants me to think. I think we'll just have to beat him up to get the truth. Also, I get the feeling that, like, an entity of death inside of, like, in the spiritual realm of the Tree of Life might be a bad idea. Just a feeling. Okay, I need this blade. Yeah. Okay, with that blade, we kill. If we don't fizzle. We just need to not fizzle. I love how Fred's just like, nah, just leave him there. He's fine. Fred's awesome, man. runs off of microcurrency and membership. Which is, you know, a sad reality, but it is a reality. I got nothing from my school there. Dang. Kind of rough. What's the worst that could happen? The Emperor dies. It's kind of and then I don't get the key that I want. And then the entire spiral is destroyed. Seems like the worst that could happen. You know, just the literal end of the worlds. Oh, I need to go back to Jade Palace. Okay, exit. Exit seems like a good plan. Kang.
You have returned with the fruit of life. I admit, I thought my actions would cure his enlightened majesty from the curse placed upon him by Malistaire. But it's never too late to learn humility or the power of faith. Place his sword beside him, pour the pure water on his wounds, and feed him the fruit from the tree of life.
Okay, I'm gonna need some more help.
I have the utmost faith that you will succeed where I fail.
More we heal the existing tree. That's what I understood to be the case. Oh, okay, so you grow a new world. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Sorry, it took me a second. I thought you were commenting on the story. Fruit has seeds, though. Yeah, we didn't have the seeds. That was the problem. We didn't have the seeds, though. I'm waiting for my health to regen. I should check and see if I've got any gear upgrades. It might be a good time to consider going back to this. Like, it's just not that much of an upgrade. So it's a seedless cultivar. I'm not saying that there are no seeds. I'm just saying that we didn't have them. Fred is like over analyzing this, and it's freaking awesome. I'm loving it, man. Wait, I'm soloing this like a nerd. Okay, this won't be such a bad fight. Do I have any accuracy boosts at this stage? None. Alright, that seems fair.
Fool! Do you think I would give up this shell so easily? I am not like the other Oni. You have woken me only to make me stronger. This land is mine.
Bro is like super unhinged. Like, calm. Calm, bro. Calm. Probably worth bringing the TC version of the spell I want to use. That's not worth using at this stage. That's a rare spell. Actually, let's bring this instead. Spooky voice? Yeah. I listen, every voice in this game is voice acted so well. So, damn selective reading of the fruit of life you blame The Sims for making it commercially available. Fred. They do need to consider the multiversal implications. I love this, Fred. I love this whole discussion. Amazing, amazing. Maybe I bring Clockwork Spider. Do I have Clockwork Spider normally yet? Am I high enough level for that? No? 4? Alright, bring a healing spell. Okay, that should be all the spells we need. Okay. Alright. Starting off strong. Yep, I knew that would happen. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm gonna call that not a problem. I have a plan for that. That's your tangent for the day. You just have the one tangent. Fred, this is us we're talking about. I don't think either of us just have one tangent in a day. Okay. It's too ambitious of a hope. Or at least the morning. That's more realistic. Okay. The hour, the minute, yeah. They get it. They get it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can cleanse off these annoyances that have been put upon me. That's no problem. Okay. Calculator time. I guess this is the most I'm gonna do in a single hit, so. It's like a 5x multiplier almost. Dang. Bro be tanky, man. Now I need to endure. We're gonna start by healing. I feel like I'm gonna need the health. Nice heal over time effect. Love that. Love that. Working just as intended. This is the final boss of the world, which is nice. So it only took another hour and a half or so. Dude's healing. Dude's actually healing himself. What the heck, man? It's like he thinks he's a final boss or something. What's with this? To be fair, he had like 6,000 health, so. And he's a life opponent, so. Him healing makes sense. But it's just annoying. Alright, let's just immediately pull our hits and like a blade or two. And then we can blade up and be fine. We're gonna pull the blades anyway. Almost guaranteed. The question is, do we pull our hit quick or do we have to like dig for it a touch? Okay, we're gonna have to dig a little bit. He's gotta be at like almost 400 health now. Huh. Okay, 450. Okay, I need a power pip. Ideally. Or like... Calculator time again. Okay, this is enough. As long as I don't fizzle. So let's just not fizzle. Well, come on. Plan failed. I had like a less than 50% chance to not fizzle, so that happens. But now we're definitely gonna hit, right? Like definitely for sure. Awesome, there we go. We're finally done. Guys, we did it. We did it. We finished this stupid world.
You must take the dragon spire.
Oh yeah, I love this guy's voice. 1 minute.
With the Jade Oni gone, the Emperor returns to his former self. He honors you with a deep bow.
Wizard, I am in your debt. What you did to reach me, I can only imagine, but I thank you. You have saved me and Mooshu. You must take the Dragon Spire spiral key. It is no longer safe here. But wait, what about Malistair? He took the spiral key to Dragon Spire.
I have the Dragon Spire spiral key, Your Imperial Majesty. I caught up to Malistair as he opened the gate. I couldn't stop him, but he had to leave the key behind. Forgive me, wizard. I failed in my duty to protect His Enlightened Majesty, so I clung to my duty to keep the spiral key safe. You understand?
The real Wizard 101s were the friends we made along the way.
Now, as His Imperial Majesty commands, take the spiral key with our best wishes. You have earned it.
Be careful, esteemed wizard. Malistair is no ordinary enemy. I hope that your experiences on Mooshu will help you in the battle to come.
Is that a typo that they just accepted? Experiences on Mooshu? Like, surely they meant in Mooshu, right?
Though Mooshu's problems are petty next to the threat Malastair presents to the Spiral, what use is saving the world if those in need go without help? You were right to aid us in our time of trouble. Please let my old friend Merle Ambrose in Wizard City know that the Spiral Key is in your hands. You will need his advice to prepare for such a strong opponent. My thanks to you again.
Wizard 101 is a
and
reference to like the
farewell.
concept of like the
Though
101
Captain
class in
refused
school,
his
right?
invitation to teach at Ravenwood, I am grateful Ambrose has such a talented student.
Finally beat this stupid world boss. Finally done with this darn world. I'm just glad that I'm done with this darn world. Oh man. Alright. Let's go talk to definitely not Dumbledore. Level 36. Just about the same level everyone else finished at. Considering that you are... that... the intent is that you would do some... Dumbly don't. Wizard 202. Yeah, definitely a Dumbly don't moment. Definitely not Dumbledore. His name is Merle Ambrose. I will say I love the music in this area. Very, very fitting music. But then the harsh, like, tone shift. He dumbly didn't.
Headmaster Ambrose shakes his head sadly as you release.
Definitely not Dumbledore. He locked that small wizard inside his
Emperor
feet.
Yoshihito did what he could. It's too bad he couldn't stop Malastair, but at least we have the Spiral Key now. Go seek Professor Drake at the Myth School. He had an odd relationship with Malastair. He may be willing to part with some advice on how to stop him.
There's a lot of other things that I'll work on another time. Malastair, but yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to name your baddies. Yeah, Malastair Drake. We're gonna go talk to Cyrus Drake. Yeah, the Drakes came from Dragonspire, I know. Very, very original naming.
Oh, you...
Professor Drake peers down at you, then seems to make a decision.
Well then, meet me in my tower.
Okay, but that's not
and
why I
we'll
wanted to
discuss
talk to him. I mean, yes, I got the main quest, I had to talk to him. But we finished Mooshu. So, and we're over level 30. That means I'm going to grab another quest. Quest for Glory! Hey, I love that game. Definitely not Snape. Definitely not Snape. Definitely not Snape.
You are by now, no doubt, familiar with
the immortal games, yes? No? Clearly you are falling behind in your reading for the term. No matter, I have a practical solution at hand. The immortal games are an open challenge hosted by the denizens of Aquila, one of my favorite empires. Unlike other provincial tournaments, this is more of a
he's grumpier and sassier than Snape. I'll just leave it at that. When you play the main quest line, when you play the main quest line, yeah, he's definitely sassier. Also, like, people that play the Myth School, that's the symbol of the Myth School, that's what he teaches, get him as their main professor, and as you progress through the game, at different levels, you'll get different quests to accomplish, from your school professors. So in this case, actually, my school professor was this dude, but he's just like the introductory instructor. The real professor is in Krakatopia, in the sands of Krakatopia, which is cool. We're gonna go to Cyclops Lane. I could totally see them having have Alan Rickman voice Cyrus, or even go back and get Alan Rickman to voice Cyrus Drake. That would be amazing. But yeah. Where? Where did you think you saw Donald Duck? The real professor was the friends they made along the way. Oh, time to threaten someone with a bow and arrow and then shoot them. This poor kid who's just on his spell quest getting threatened by a centaur. There are so many actually funny jokes here. Wait, I got the wrong tower. I need to go to General Achilles' tower.
Many greetings, wizard. If you are sound, then all is well. Professor Drake sent you? He has much favor with my people. Ah, he told you to ask about the immortal games? The Immortals of Mount Olympus, the greatest heroes and champions of Aquila, host this Herculean competition. But I've been away so long, I've forgotten the way home. Seek Harold Argylston in the library. He'll know how to get you there.
I forgot how to get home, but go talk to a random librarian. I'm sure he can help you get home. I'd like to point out, I am writing a flying book to speed myself up. My flying book goes as fast... No, it goes almost as fast as his motorcycle. There. But it goes as fast as this lion. That lion is the same speed as my flying book. Because that makes sense. That's a sensible decision for a video game. Alright, Harold.
Good day. I hope you aren't here to research for Professor Faumea. She is very kind, but I am not fond of smoldering books.
Lack of depth perception makes it hard to navigate.
You are working on a study for Professor Drake. Most admirable. I applaud your courage. What do you need to know? How to reach Aquila? Why, simply use the Chariot of Aethon. That's the monument in the park on Cyclops Lane. It's been there forever. You must have passed it at least 100 times. I'm surprised you've never asked about it. I believe we have a scroll that explains how to activate it. Search the upper shelves under CH.
We're not doing that quest. I don't want to do this event, that event.
You search under the CH section that Harold Argleston directed you to. There are a number of scrolls here.
You use a cherry tomato to read a book? What?
Chariot of Fire, Chariot of the Sea, Chariot of the Sun, Chariot of Thunder, Chariot of Ithacali. Oh, wait, here it is. Chariot of Aethon. It was just out of order. The instructions look simple enough. You should take it to Romulus.
Chariot of Aethon. That's the relic we're going to go activate. The side quest is one where I'm going to be acquiring upgraded gear. I've actually done this. Here, I'll show off my other characters. I've done this on my other characters. I've done this on my death character, my storm character, my fire character, my life character, my myth character, and even my ice character. They've all done this already. So now it's my balanced character's turn to go get the new gear. Cherry Tomato, Chariot of Aethon. I guess kind of. Chariot of Aethon. Yeah, I guess. That's fair. Oh, I simply use the Chariot of Aethon, of course. Harold has never been a very clear speaker.
Librarian Argleston told you to use the Chariot
Romulus.
of Aethon?
Romulus here is just a Cyclops Centurion.
Take you to the Garden of the Anyone from... Use this...
For example, definitely all of the all of the, sorry, the Olympians definitely lived in the sky, and if they lived in the sky, then there's only one natural conclusion to draw from this. Let's go to Olympus and...
Well, something seemed to work.
Oh, look, Silenus, the goat.
Hail, wizard. How will the world speak your name?
I feel like Romulus is a reasonable Cyclops name.
You have come to put your name...
Considering he was guarding Achilles' fort, I think that's fine. Romulus can guard Achilles in this case.
The immortals, the great winged lords and ladies of Aquila, enjoy crafting challenges and seeing who can overcome them. There are 3 parts of the immortal games in total, each with its own grave risk and thrilling rewards. The first competition will take you... Speak to my oldest daughter, the nymph Aegli. She will tell you more. Then return.
I am not gonna try soloing this, by the way. Like, it's a tough dungeon as is. I'm gonna get...
Good wizard, you have proven yourself. Have you heard?
Decline. That is not for my level. No, thank you.
Wizard, did Aegli tell you of the greatness of Olympus and the demanding trials before you?
Honestly, in this game, most people are furries. Zeus is a bird. Everyone, like, the vast majority of characters in this game. Like, all right. Y'all are commenting on the Olympians being furries. So let's go and look at you know, Britain. I mean, to be fair, we just saw like the king of Mooshu being, like, the king of China being a giant bull. So... So let's go to Britain. Oh yeah. Whoops, all dogs. Except for the cats, which are the criminals. And the frogs, which are discriminated against. Over here we have Sherlock Bones. Or again, Egypt is just crocodiles and salamanders, dude. Also, the British are here. I'm gonna go check and see if I have spells I can learn. Niles, are there any more spells I can learn? Not from you. Appreciate the offer. Oh, don't worry. Watson's keeping a good watch over Scotland Yard. Iron Curse and Hydra. Iron Curse and Hydra are level 42 and level 45 because I'm saying classless. And then after that, we're going to be learning all these spells by quest. So. No. Dr. Watson. He's just a good watchdog. Yes, Fred. Maybe at some point I should hop on one of my high level characters and do like a tour of everything. Oh look, it's a cat mime who's in prison for being a mime. And then a cat mad scientist who we actually captured and put in prison. He's there for problems. Oh, I got distracted entirely from that. Look, it's Watson, the watchdog. It's great. Oh, I love collecting discarded newspaper. That's amazing. So thrilling. Oh yeah. So in every world there's like a quest to go out. Yeah, Watson's a bulldog. What do you want from him? so in every world there's quests to go out and like find things that are hidden around the world in different places. Like in Wizard City there's the Smiths, in Crocotopia there's the Beatles, in Marleybone there's the Stray Cats, in Mooshu there's the Blue Oysters, if I remember right. And people that are a fan of rock might see what's happening here. I'm pretty sure all these are just bands. Yeah, Blue Oyster Cult. The bands, yeah. I see. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Are the Blue Oysters a cult? It's hard to say. Yeah. In Dragonspire, it's the Stone Roses. Okay, this one needs to be muted because it's noisy. Running a second instance of the game to help me quickly farm the boss I need to farm. Because this is gonna take forever if I don't. In Celestia, it's the lounge lizards. Celestia is like an Atlantis-themed world, so the lounge lizards. What is it after Celestia? I forget what it. Oh, in Zafari, it's the sock monkeys. Oh no, that's not the goal. That's much better. We're actually talking about rock and roll bands. How did I get bat wings? I do not know. Oh wait, I forgot that I needed to actually like initiate the quest. I get so autopiloty here when I'm so used to running with larger groups where they just do the quest stuff for me. I have to actually do my own talking bits. What is this? Correct. Cannot do the quest if you don't start the quest.
You stand before the radiant Sun Lord Apoyo Bright One.
Why does he call himself a Poyo Bright One? Is he trying to call himself a giant chicken? Like, he just calls himself a giant chicken as if it's just like a casual thing to do. And I am very confused. I'll be honest. I'm quite confused. A Poyo Bright One. Like, I guess it makes sense because they based him off a rooster. Poyo Bright One. No, definitely like the double L is pronounced like a Spanish double L, but it's also done with such a white accent. You face the radiant Sun Lord, a Poyo Bright One. Like, get over yourself. Oh, by the way, who wants to see an Elder Tour? If the answer is you, congratulations, here you go. If the answer is not, well, I don't know what to do for you. Here you go anyway. Nice little Elder Tour. Just casual Elder Tour. It's nice and casual. Super chill.
Well done, wizard. Let this illustrious day be recorded.
Oh wait, I need to actually get that darn
Take
thing.
the Legion token, and good luck in your next duel.
We need to sell some things. Our backpack is getting full. We'll keep it. That made a lot of space in my backpack suddenly. Cool. Yeah, just... What, are you saying you don't just casually have Cthulhu on call? FTAGN? What does that mean?
What? A challenger? Don't you know you are already beaten?
Here, let's watch this ship of fools cause some mayhem. Look at those fools. They ripped their own sail. How skilled.
Peace, wizard. You have won. Although I won't swear you didn't do it through trickery. Take your reward.
Wait, I forgot to go grab my reward. I need to progress the quest. Oh. Remembering to do the things that I should progress the quest when I'm used to.
This Legion token also
I'm used to having other
reduces
people
in
doing
size
that.
as you approach.
Or me.
You store it carefully.
Fully trained anonymous great noses. Thank you for the explanation. That makes sense. That tracks.
Tremble in your robes, wizard, and prepare yourself for defeat.
I do not like defeat. They are stinky.
Hold your spells! I surrender to you! Take the Legion token with our respect.
The Legion token shrinks down again to the size of a game piece. You quickly take it.
He told me to prepare for defeat and now wants me to hold my spells? Man, you have some skill issues. Oh. I just immediately got it wrong. I'm so good at this game. It's fine. We'll just one shot. That's fine. Yeah, that wasn't hard.
Curse you!
Ugh.
Behold our
Fred, you're not doing a good job of selling this. You haven't read Lovecraft line.
to the coppersmith. We see your weakness.
You're making me think very much that you have indeed read Lovecraft. So that's an experience. Googled it. Sure you did, Fred. Sure you did.
The sight of our defeat blinds me. Go in peace, wizard, and seek Hephaestus Coppersmith in his forge.
Alright, let's go get all the bronze eagles. Or Mr. Hephaestus Coppersmith in his forge. First eagle. Now, yeah, there's the second eagle. Bird. They're all birds. Athena's an owl. Hephaestus is an eagle of some, is like an eagle or a hawk or something. They're all birds. Even Zeus up there is a bird. Yeah, what about Apollo being a chicken? Well, actually Apollo is like a rooster, which is like fitting for the sun god to be a rooster, because the roosters rise with the sun and stuff. Call out the sun's arrival. It kind of makes sense. I just don't know what sort of bird Hephaestus is. But whatever bird he is, he's clearly singed his wings. Working in the forge. Yeah, he's a pollo. But he also has the rooster designs. Oh, he didn't get tagged along this time? I thought they got tagged along last time. What's with this? Inconsistencies. Zeus being an eagle once again goes back to like his actual sacred animal. Although I do not know what sort of bird Ares is. Like maybe a falcon?
You do not have the heart of a warrior. Your spells will do you no good. Come, taste iron and blood.
Yeah, maybe a falcon. What do y'all think? Ares falcon, eagle, something else? I don't know. Hard to say.
I am impressed. Of course, this was but a mock battle. I did not want to destroy you and offend Athena. Child of Ravenwood, welcome to Olympus. This is the apex of the spiral, and you must be honored to stand before us.
Hmm. Interesting. Maybe Hephaestus is supposed to be a crane. It is actually hard for me to, like, make a call on it.
Go and speak to wise Silenus. He will record your name and accomplishments.
There we go. We have the Senator's Judicial Lore. Quite a quite a first step. It's definitely not where we're gonna be ending with this. I want to get the Zeus gears, and so Zeus drops like a helm and armor and stuff, and that's what I would like to acquire for this character. But that'll be a little ways down the grind. All right. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. It was only a couple hours, not like some of my crazy long streams, but that was plenty for me, honestly. I've had a good run. We finished Mooshu, so now we're waiting to go start. We're waiting to go start Dragonspire, and I'm gonna grind out this. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna, if you're in my Discord, then I will be updating my stream schedule soon. I can't keep a consistent schedule, but I'm gonna try and keep up with one or two of my one or two next planned streams, so that I can keep something at least scheduled. People who are excited, and I'm gonna try and drop things. Next time, though, we're gonna dive into Dragonspire, just maybe not on a balance wizard. Maybe we'll do, like, I don't know, fire or storm or something. Something a little bit easier to play than balance, because balance is a rough class. It's for people that caught the end of my last stream, you would have seen.
how much of a pain it was to fight a balanced opponent as a balanced wizard. Was just difficult. So yeah. Well, Liz, next time we're gonna have a lot better time, and we're gonna play a little bit with an easier class. Yeah. Have a great day, guys, and we will see you in the next stream.